Hi, Aparna ma'am. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great. Doing good.
Awesome.
I
I
thought
know
you'd
I've
be,
joined in early.
yeah, I thought you'd be joining it at 5 exactly. So,
No, I'm always a little early.
which is a great thing, which is something which everyone should learn.
Thank you. I'll go on mute for some time.
Yes, yes, sure. We'll just start at 5 exactly. We'll get everyone in at 5 o'clock. Hi, Lina ma'am.
Hi, Beta. You stop the recording so until everyone joins in.
Should I? We'll edit the thing from, yeah, that's not an issue. I just don't want कि हम बाद में भूल जाएं कि.
Hi, Lena.
Hey, Aparna. Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you? Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you. When do we see you in Delhi, Bombay,
When
or
are you call
Ahmedabad?
me? I'm going to Baroda for
Then I think
the Baroda chapter conference. Yeah, next week.
next week. So, in case if you happen to be in Ahmedabad, do come over.
No,
Unless you're
Ahmedabad.
flying in and out of Baroda.
In and out of Baroda because Savita is there, my friend is there, so hence.
Ah, okay. We'll be missing you then. You're so close yet so far.
I know.
Do we have Mayank also joining in, Stuti? कि मैं call करके पूछूं?
I just texted him. He might be joining in another 1 or 2 minutes, I think.
All right. I'll just be back in a minute.
Sure. And I hope आपने आशुतोष को भी, you
Yeah,
test.
yeah. I did.
Madam Pranam.
Who are you saying, Pranav?
Arey, that's to
Mayank.
Aparna. The keynote master today. So
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
pranams too. How
You
have you
guys,
been?
I'm doing very well. You guys have been too kind.
Arey nahi yaar, come on.
It's so cold even at home, is it, Mayank? Oh,
My house is such that sunlight is very, very minimal and
hmm,
it's anyways cold. But
hmm.
because of no sunlight, it's even colder.
Ah, okay. Oh, it's been a crazy day.
Is
Morning, I
it?
had a women's network event, which I was a part of the organizing team. Then I had
Wow.
the cricket match that was happening within the organization. Today was a final, so I had to go there. So
Wow.
literally, I did north to east, east to south, south,
Wow.
and back home.
No, but you're pretty active with your network, so that's something. It requires a lot of discipline to do that and be at it. So that's something you've been very,
इतना
very
तो
good.
हम कर सकते हैं यार.
हाँ, oh, and I think it comes naturally to you, right?
Mayank, she's a high energy person, remember?
She is very high energy. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you've met Chirag. Chirag is our business head.
Hi,
Chirag?
Met Chirag. Yeah, that's Chirag Vohra.
Ah, Chirag, hi.
So, yes, we had about 70 odd registrations for this evening. I don't know how many people turn up, but and Ashutosh is another person from the program. So the idea was that we tell these folks why this pedigree or the journeys is required to lead your career forward. What are the building blocks there? What are people asking about, and what is the way to really look at the path forward? Because I don't think very many webinars are talking about that, and we're taking XLRI as one piece because you've been a mentor there, and then also you know how the program has been running.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ashutosh in any. Hey, Ashutosh.
Yeah, even he's joined. Yeah.
Yes.
And
His camera is not
just
working.
one sec. Just one sec.
And he's been an alumni, and now he's also the VP at Lupin HR. So I think people would love to hear that how these journeys get formulated in a certain sense, because all said and done, career is not a linear equation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if people get to see and know that what are the ingredients that can go into fast forward and accelerate one's career, I think nothing like it.
No, more than theory and all of that, right? The interaction, the peers that you have, and the people that you meet,
Yeah.
that gives you a wider scope. That's my funda.
No, absolutely right.
So,
So the idea is that you come in, Suti is going to open the session, and then she will introduce you. You come in, you do your talk, and then it's up to you. You want to stay in or you want to
no,
just say goodbye, because I know your calendar and you've been running around. So, but
no,
nice
but
of you.
now I'm
Thank you
home.
so much.
I'm
Yeah.
home now, so it's good.
Yeah. But thanks so much for taking the time. I know it was
Anytime.
yesterday only Leena called.
How can I say no to you guys? Can I?
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
No, it's a
Ashutosh,
pleasure.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm trying to actually check
Come
my
online.
camera, but something is going wrong. I don't know. Sometimes you have this. Something has to go wrong. It will.
No. So you want to log out and log in again? You
Yeah,
can
I
try
was
that.
just thinking of
Yeah,
that
I'll just do that. I'll just do that.
Or if
I'll
you
just.
want
because
to
at
just
times,
reboot your system, because there is
I'll do
some
that.
time for you to come in.
I'll
So
do
you can
that.
experiment all that. It's possible.
Sure,
no,
sure.
it happens.
Just give me a minute.
You
Yeah.
restart, then
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
will work.
reboot kar lo, kuch kar lo, because people would love to see you
sure,
as you speak.
sure. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'll try.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Stuti, what's the status?
We have 5 people in the room right now.
Okay.
We're expecting more.
I know they'll keep joining in India Standard Time, no?
Yeah.
Morning also that happened with the CTO program. We started off and we wanted the entire batch to come in for the orientation session. People are आराम से आ रहे हैं. It's a session, like it's a proper university session happening.
And they're taking their own sweet time.
Oh, 10, 12 people to came like 2 hours late, 1 hour late. I'm exaggerating, it's like half an hour late. It was like 1.5 hour thing. So, but still, यार 1.5 घंटे की चीज है. You coming half an hour late is like stupid, right? So,
Yeah, true. I agree. Unfortunately, what to do? People don't realize that.
yeah. Let's start bringing them in then, Suti, because people who've come on time, we should respect that.
Sure.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Hi, Pramod. Good to see you.
Hi,
We have a Sigma school. Can you rename your thing to your name, please?
my name is Pramod Prabhakar.
We can see Pramod written there. It's just that another one has Sigma school as the name. The
Oh,
person
no,
can
I'm not
change
sure about
actually.
someone else's.
we would know exactly who's joined then. Hi Prachi, good to see you.
Hi, Mayank. Hello, everyone.
We'll just wait for some time for others to join in because we were just joking about it, Abhi. India Standard Time, right? So
Or we can continue to just have conversations and people will join in,
yeah, absolutely. Because
Otherwise,
people
we're
will
all
keep
just sitting
joining.
idle and keeping quiet. And it's so difficult
Yeah.
for somebody like me.
So Prachi, where are you based out of?
I'm in Pune, Maharashtra.
Pune. Oh, okay. What about you, Pramod?
Bangalore?
Oh, hi, Pramod.
Wow.
Hey, hi.
Ashish, where are you based out of?
I'm from Ghaziabad.
Ghaziabad, all right. And came?
I am from at Rajpura near Chandigarh.
Oh, near Chandigarh, right? Rajpura. Correct. Shri Divya, are you also from Bangalore?
No, I'm from Mumbai, Mayank.
Mumbai. Okay.
Mayank, don't take a guess just by reading the name, huh? Not okay.
I was trying my luck, yeah. Prakash, where are you based out of? Okay, I think he's away. Rishabh? Okay. Kamal, where are you based out of?
Kamal
We
is
still
based
have
out
Sigma
of
School.
Gurgaon.
Kamal is our Gurgaon. Okay. What about Meeran? Darul Aman Meeran. Where are you based out of?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
I'm Darul Aman Meran myself. I'm living in Abu Dhabi right now. I'm
Oh,
working
wow.
as a HR manager.
Wow. Okay. So we have international audience. Some one and a half hours ahead, behind.
Behind.
Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Stuti. I think we should just then continue and start. People will keep
Yes,
joining in.
definitely. Okay, good evening and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this exclusive Ask Us Anything session on the PGDM HRM for Emerging CHROs by XLRI. So the session is designed as a strategic yet conversational meet for senior HR professionals and aspiring CHROs who want to understand how leadership journeys are evolving and how serious long-term programs prepare leaders for today's complex business environment, I would say. So we're delighted to have our distinguished set of voices with us today, starting with someone who brings both depth of experience and strong mentoring lens. It's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Aparna C, CHRO at Tony Harris Integration Solutions, and an accomplished HR leader with over 25 years of experience across human capital strategy, transformation, culture, and operations. Aparna has worked extensively with business leaders across the entire organizational life cycle, whether it be early stages or mature organizations. And she's known for building strong strategic partnerships with CXOs to drive business aligned people outcomes. So she's also a XLRI alumna and a mentor in the program. So handing over it to Ms. Aparna and taking the conversation forward about how uh, like the journey to HR head and CHRO roles how did it evolve in today's context? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Stuti. And the name is Aparna and not ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mayank, Leena, for inviting me. And it's such a pleasure to be here, right? And all I can say is HR, all of us play that role. Trust me. Be it if you're actually in the profession or if you are in the business, you still, that human beings, right? We're all humans. That human resource doesn't go away. It's always there. It's just that some of us take on a little more serious, we make it a part of our career. And from that perspective, yes, it's been a pleasure to be a mentor on, the HRM course, that XLRI has. And it's been a pleasure, one, because you get to meet different kind of people. You get to meet people across the industry who are taking up this course. Let me tell you, it's not that they're doing this the first time. They would have already finished one master's, but they're doing this, right? There is something else that they're doing. Yes, of course, the brand. There's no two ways about it. We are the best. XLRI is the best. Very proud, right? But apart from that, I think what you get is a lot more. The course that you kind of get into, right? The HRM course, you get to meet different peers across the industry. Not all of us belong to just one industry, right? Suppose now today I'm in the IT industry, but I would have met folks who are from the hospitality, from the retail, from the healthcare, from the pharma, from the manufacturing, from the textiles, from the automotives, you name it. Each one of us come together. And the way we look at HRO, look at the situations we're dealing with, right, gives a very different perspective. That's what brings to the table. Theory we all know. Theory we all study. But what you learn, right, is far different. So from that perspective, this is a fantastic course one should do because it just gets you to the next level. Apart from that, the alumni network, the strong alumni network, and I'm proud of the fact. The reason being I'm part of the core committee of the Excel for Women, where, we drive programs, which is completely voluntary, pro bono. We all come together to drive programs where we want women to get to the next level. Yes, it is a diversity focus that we have. But of course, there's a reason why we're trying to do that, right? Apart from that, we have alumni meets every year, the summer meets. And that's the time when you get to meet with people across batches. There are some people who are, who are older than me. They would have graduated then. But trust me, at that event, you're all one. You're all part of the college that you come from. It doesn't matter. And there's that fun element that we have. You don't feel, oh, do I know anybody? I don't know. It doesn't feel like that. So these are some, exciting things that happens when you're a part of a brand like XLRI. Apart from that, and what I really like, what Leadup does is they have the 100 CXO club. Correct, Mayank, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, we do have a 100
Yes.
CXOs club, yes.
Correct. And then they have mentoring, which when I studied, we didn't have. I think that's an added advantage that Leadup brings in. And of course, they get in people like me to come and talk and, come and share what we have learned or what we see. But interestingly, you know what, Mayank, in the current AI world, right, with AI catching up so soon, how can we still be deeply human? With the data, the speed, the automation that comes in. I'm sure this is something we keep hearing. But one thing that always we need to see is how do we still stay connected, still stay human while we work with the AI? AI is artificial intelligence, but it can also be Aparna's intelligence. I'm just converting that,
Absolutely true.
So from that perspective, this is the course that it's good to do. If you've taken it on, enjoy the learning. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fun and a lot of hard work. But I think after 18 months, if I'm not mistaken, Mayank?
It's 18 months journey, yes.
Yes. You kind of you feel there is a difference. So yeah,
I'm very curious to know one thing, Aparna, because I've known you for a while. And when you've taken up this role of the HR head and the CHRO. And especially after the change in context, pre and post COVID, we can say it's an era change, right?
Totally.
How important is it for a HR person to have strong business acumen? And I think you are more of a businesswoman than HR person, I know. So why don't you speak about that a bit? Because I think a lot of HR folks think that HR and business are two different perspective dimensions, and I can have only so much exposure to business, but I need to have core as HR.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So interestingly, I'm just going to take a step back and say where my journey has been and how it started. Yes, started off typically like how you would do recruitment, then get into a large IT, organization like the Cisco's of the world, then joined a startup, then the services industry because I said, oh, I'm coming from a product. I need to know. This was all 2000, right? 2005, 2008. And then, of course, joined Dimension Data. And I said, oh, I'm so bored of IT. I need to do the non-IT. So that's where, I started my own consulting firm. So when you start your consulting firm, you have to do business development yourself. There's nobody else who'll do it. Right? And it's not that every time, oh, I meet with Mayank and I'm going to tell Mayank, this is what I do. No, I need to build a relationship first. That's where, first understand what's the business problem or the issue that be it the founder, the CEO, whoever, right? The entrepreneur, what are they going through? So that's when you realize what you do HR in a large organization is very different from a startup. Oh, I had a shock of my life. I'm like, oh, what I thought is not what actually it is. This was pre-COVID. Of course, after my consulting firm, I joined the founding team of a geriatric organization. That's where you realize I have joined an organization where, hey, I'm not playing a HR role, but I'm playing a business role. How the only difference is it had more humans than resources in the sense, right? And that's where you realize it's a different business. There's a trust, there's empathy, accountability. The SOP that you write in a healthcare is so different because you're going to be held accountable if there is a miss here and there. It's like I had to write SOP, I had to write manuals on what my nurses will do, what my physiotherapist will do, and what my doctor will actually look at. Trust me, it has not been easy. But then that's where you feel you need an ally or a sponsor who believes in you and says, yes, you can do this. And, yes, lucky. And that's where I realized if you're on the ground and you know what your business is, how can you run your profit and loss? The business acumen is something that you get firsthand. Of course, post that, joined the pharma industry because it was easier. Once you were already in the healthcare, getting into a pharma industry was more easier because you know where the medication is coming from. You know how it is made, right? And you actually understand the profit and loss better. Of course, after all of that, I said I'm good to be back in the IT industry because I love my 5 days. From 24/7 to 6 days to 5 days. Oh, I love it now. No two ways about it. But in the last 2 years in the current organization, what I've realized is you build your network even within the organization. Your internal network is equally important while you build your external network. The trust, the listening that you do without giving them an advice makes a huge difference. Just because I've joined as a CHRO, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. The company's been there for 25 years. I'm sure they've been running very well even without me. I don't have to come and change things for the sake of changing. And this is what most of us, when we join in at senior positions, I have to change this. I have to make this different. Don't jump the gun. Understand the business. Understand where there's a gap and make that difference. That brings about a huge change. When you build your network and you build your trust within the organization, you are in the thick and thin of the business. Today, very proud to say, the minute there is a call that happens with the customer or the client, I get a call the very minute to know what happened. It's like the call is over and I'm getting a call to understand what went well, what went wrong. So you are in the midst. And at times, I always tell this, right? I was telling my team, I want you to shadow a business leader that you work with. You will understand the business better. You will understand the pain points. And I think that's something all of us have to do. So I know I took a little longer time to give you the answer to that question.
No, but beautiful. I think a couple of nuggets there. And at the same time, you've been talking about, and I keep reading your posts as well on LinkedIn, and you keep talking about how AI and people have to balance out and work
absolutely
as if it's the leader who is leading, yet AI can be a support to many things that the leader is doing. So would love to hear from you. How is HR or you as a leader looking at technology? How are you balancing it out in the organization today? Many CEOs are also saying that we want the mindset to shift. It has to be a digital ready mindset because adoption becomes a challenge, so on and so forth. So we would love to hear on that also, that how does that mindset shift as a cultural front happen, and what practices have you seen, and would you want to share some insights?
So Mayank, here's the first thing, right? Unless we change, we won't survive.
Yeah.
Now, let's understand AI is an enabler. Like how we say HR is an enabler, AI is also an enabler for us. AI can't survive without us. Not the other. We can still survive. You know why? Because we bring in the human connections, we bring in the human touch. When you're here in Bangalore, you and me will have a cup of coffee. AI will not have a cup of coffee with you. No, Mayank?
True that.
So from there, so that agility, it's all right. You don't have to say, oh, what will it take away my job? Of course, it can't take away your job. Yeah. What you bring to the table is so different. But it can help where there's a process, right? Or where there's a gap, where there's mundane routine. It can help there. Use it to the advantage. We have a chatbot, right? Why not? How will it help you? Somebody wants to know what's the policies, how is the leave policy want to work, right? If I want to take a sabbatical, when is it applicable? Can I take a sabbatical after 2 years of continuous working? That's where the chatbot will help. Instead of reaching out, so use the chatbot there and still come back. And then you can always ask your HR business partner, now I want to do it, when you want to have a longer conversations. That's how AI helps.
Beautifully put.
Routine, some things. Use it to draft an email. Use it to draft an announcement. Use it to respond back faster, but read it. By itself, it won't make sense unless you read it.
So there was a joke which was, and this is for everyone to just have a smile on their face, that there was this mail that was floating around in organizations, and the HR had just announced the entire trajectory of the next 6 months of engagement. And that HR had forgot to delete the bottom part of the message, and it says, if you want, I can make it into 1, 2, 3. And the HR had deleted the top prompt, but forgot that the prompt was at the end as well, and it was floating around. Then then one mail comes to the HR saying that, can we have the first option in the last 3 options so that we know exactly what you're trying to say? All right, but yeah, that's a good one. But as we were talking before we got into the main hall with everyone here, that it's not a linear equation anymore.
Yeah,
It's shifting quite a bit, and I would want to bring in Ashutosh as well in this conversation now. He's been there silently sitting and looking at us. So Aparna is here. Suti, can you also bring Ashutosh in the spotlight with her? And I'll ask
Yes,
hi,
ma'am.
Ashu. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for
Oh,
taking.
you're always welcome. Always welcome. It's always a
Uh,
pleasure connecting with all of you guys. And just, it just takes me back to my days with XLRI. What a wonderful time I had, actually.
yes,
absolutely.
Learnings.
absolutely. Suti, would you want to quickly introduce Ashutosh and
Yes,
then we can have the
definitely.
question to him?
No, I'm delighted to actually introduce Mr. Ashutosh Kotwal, VP HR at Lupin and a senior HR leader with over 2 decades of experience across diverse industries. Now, Ashutosh is known for his strategic mindset, strong execution focus, and ability to build collaborative, high trust teams while aligning HR initiatives closely with business goals. He's also an XLRI alumnus and a batch 2 graduate of PGDM HRM for Emerging CHROs, which gives him a unique perspective both as a practitioner and as someone who has experienced his learning journey firsthand. So we'd love to, share your reflections and how did the program shape your thinking capability and leadership confidence, I would say. Yeah. And Mayank, please go ahead and
No, no,
add on to
absolutely. I
the.
just wanted all to know that we have Ashutosh between us, and not only that, I think because of this signature program that we're talking about today, Ashutosh has been an alumni of that program also, which is the PGDM HRM for Emerging CHROs. And the beauty is that Aparna has been a mentor in the program as well. So we have a CHR who has been a mentor in the program. We have a VP HR who's been through the program, has moved in his career. And I've known Ashutosh since the beginning of the program, and we've been talking quite a bit. So, Ashutosh, the question to you is: uh, we were saying that the trajectory to growth or the top role is non-linear for sure. There are a lot of variables to it, and some are visible, some are not visible. You took a very conscious step of getting into the program at a point in time when you were doing fairly okay. But since we've been talking quite a bit, so why don't you share your perspective on what was your decisioning criteria, what helped, what didn't, and what's working for you?
Thanks, Mayank, for asking this question. I'm visible, right? See, somehow
Absolutely.
my laptop is misbehaved, so I have joined from my mobile as well.
No, no,
So
you're
it's
more visible now, so we can see you in two places.
okay. So it's been after spending 2 decades in the industry. The times when I actually joined in factories, we used to have those manual records. And that was the time when I joined the organization, right? And times changed significantly, and the way we do things also, have tremendously changed. The language has changed, the business has changed. All of us, I do not want to really repeat all of you with those, bore you with those words like, VUCA, and it's quite volatile word. But then importantly, I felt that post COVID, especially after post COVID, it was important that I reboot myself and really have a focused effort in terms of upgrading my capabilities required for the next level, to be in the next orbit. And thankfully I took that decision. I had various options actually in front of me, including the Wharton Business School, the NUS, and all of that. But after evaluating all of those programs, especially the XLRI, the kind of rigor which the college puts in, I chose to be an alumni of XLRI, and it was definitely a very, very enriching journey. I always had a belief, and somehow because of my experiences, that unless you understand business, you can't do HR. You can't be a good HR person. That belief actually got even more firmed up, and the kind of learnings which XLRI provided by virtue of the resources, the lectures, some of the great professors we have, it made a significant difference in terms of the way I look at the role of HR, and see the opportunity of how we as HR can actually make a difference to business. The kind of projects which we have done over a period of time, and live projects, more importantly, they were really insightful, and it actually helped in a big way. As Aparna was rightly talking about, the AI, the coexistence of AI and humans, and whatever examples she has talked about, I completely echo with what she said. Is basically it's a great opportunity for HR to enhance its productivity, and the way we look at how we would like to leverage the data, how we would like to leverage technology, how we leverage our own understanding of the financials of the business and talk the business language, and which is what will actually earn you seat at the table.
Brilliant. Beautifully put. But tell me, and this is to two of you, and I know Aparna is like, she aces it any day. Is the fact that when we are building our career, very few people mindfully put all the, at least the visible ingredients together. For example, a pedigree, a great network, working on one's capability, having a mentor. These are some of the important ingredients, right? I don't remember when I started my career putting all of this on the whiteboard and saying, hey, I need to, put a tick mark to all these. And somehow we lose on a great network over time because we don't create that, which also results in losing personal brand because we have not built on it. Then we don't have a mentor who can guide us through, so even the journey becomes a little slower because we don't know what to do when, and there are certain choices, and we just go to the next desk, the guy sitting next on the next desk who's been a friend, because we go down and fact together and we kind of take a decision there. This is coming my way, should I take it up or not? And we somehow kind of get lost in the middle, which this program is kind of trying to accelerate in 18 months in a certain sense. But what is your view? Are these ingredients still valid? You think that one should still invest in it, or you think that technology is taking everything away and now people have to do something different altogether and not look at these 4 or 5 very pivotal ingredients to make someone's career really accelerated in that direction? Over to you. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Ashutosh, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. See, no, in my view, I think the social capital network is something which is extremely important. That's not something which you can actually, in any way ignore. Coexistence of technology, coexistence with technology and enhancing your productivity, which I spoke of, that continues to be that will remain the main focus going forward. Those who understand AI, those who are able to generate their own agents and work through the agentic AI, will definitely have a great advantage over those who are not able to. So that's the second one. And more importantly, you got to really, if you have decided that you would like to actually invest yourself in terms of this particular program, then go with a mindset, open mindset to learn, to be a learner, and absorb, be a sponge. And that is what will actually help you to essentially up your game in terms of your capabilities. That's how I see it.
Fantastic. Thanks for that perspective. Aparna, over to you.
Ashutosh, I love the perspectives that you brought out, right? And if I have to look back, I never had a mentor for a long time. Only today, I think I have somebody that I can reach out to, and I'm so proud of that. But it took me at least more than a decade plus to even find or even think that I needed one. And when at least when I started, I didn't even think it mattered, right? But today, yes, it does matter. It does. So today, people are a lot more inclusive and they are open to share, right? Not that today with AI, it's a lot more easier for us to even up whatever learnings, right? But even to know that, you should know what to give a prompt. Your prompt engineering is not just for the technical folks, it's for us as well. For us to get the right prompt, because once you give the right prompt, you should also know whether it's right or wrong. You should be able to read it to figure that out.
Very
And
true.
not like the joke that you were sharing, Mayank, that you just
Yeah,
said.
it just went with those three options.
Correct. So even if you have the three options, you need to know why are we even looking at it, right? So, and of course, networking is the key. It doesn't stop. Yes, there are times when you're so, you're so busy with the work, you're so cocooned in your organization. That's like a kupa manduka, right? That we call it, right? The frog in the well. But only once you're out, you will know. So hence, never stop. Never ever stop. A cup of coffee any day makes a whole lot of difference. The conversation, and it doesn't have to be all the time, hey, can I get a job? First, get to know people. That's enough. The rest will follow.
True that. No, absolutely. And I was sitting with, we keep meeting these professors. So Vishy happens to be one of very seasoned professors at IMA. And we were speaking and we did a small get together in Ahmedabad and we got all these people to come together. And he said a very good thing that he said, Mayank, now people are not realizing, but critical thinking is the biggest skill or capability one has to build on. Because all the tools that are coming your way, you have to know how to think better for that tool to complement to your thinking and give you what you want. And it can't be the other way around. So he says if you are not able to critically think, your prompt or your tool or your output from that tool will be very suboptimal. And that was a great one because we don't see it from that lens, right? Somehow the professors do. So, but yeah, from a capability point of view, that's a great one. And I think this program also pushes people to think differently. But one thing is that career today is everybody wants to progress in career, right? And I think that would be my last question to two of you. Two things that you think are pivotal for someone to accelerate their career after they have kind of hit the ceiling in a certain sense. Average experience, it's in a program for about 13 to 15 years. And it's been increasing over the time. So what would be two ingredients that, Aparna, for you, for instance, what one should definitely build on as a capability to be able to accelerate one's career in today's context? And it's becoming complex day by day.
There is no limit to that at all, Mayank. We continue to learn, unlearn, and relearn every day. If I have to just today in my own team, I have at least a decade difference between me and my next level. Right? And then to the youngest member, I think we are at least 2 decades. There's a difference. But I learn so much from them. I never knew that I should actually stop once I come back home and look at what else is there. Not that I do it today, but that's something that I learned. It's okay. And I think I've saying, oh my God, what if I fail? What if I make an error? What if I goof up? But today, what I've realized, it's all right to goof up. But can we accept that accountability? That's what will take us. That's a fantastic thing, right, about the organization that I'm a part of. My boss says at least you've made an attempt. If you don't make an attempt, how do you know you will succeed or not? It's all right to make a mistake. And end of the day, there is no life and death here. Then it's a different issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Well put. Thank you so much for that, Aparna. Ashutosh, you've seen a trajectory and you've seen growth, right? You've gone to this role now, Lupin, great brand. You're working with some of the great minds. So, what, as per you, because you've seen the trajectory and you've seen it through this program and otherwise as well, what two things in your mind are very pivotal for someone to look at career transition?
Well, the first one, I just can't agree more with Aparna. Learn, learn, and learn. The day you stop learning, your downward trajectory starts. Right? So that's the first one which, I would like to put across. And, secondly, one must take a leap of faith. If you are ready to take a leap of faith, I can vouch it will make a great difference to you. Yeah. No matter what, where, and how, things will actually turn the way you want them to happen if you are sincere with your efforts. Yeah, and whatever you're trying to do.
Very true.
Yeah. So, in fact, I'll just share one. If you have 1 minute, I'll just quickly share. I had a cozy life in Mumbai. All along Mumbai, brought up in Mumbai, started my career, spent good amount of time in India, in Mumbai, and worked with some of the best organizations like Unilever, Novartis, Pfizer. And then came an opportunity for me to be in Dr. Reddy's. And it just happened. And I had not even thought of that, whether I should be really taking it up. It just happened. And suddenly the letter landed in my lap and saying that, okay, would you be, we would like to hire you. And that was a crucible moment. Because, moving away from your comfort zone, was a big decision for me. And in the hindsight, the 10 years of growth in Dr. Reddy's, has changed my worldview in a big way. And of course, added to that, again, the leap of faith of joining XLRI program was another crucible moment, because that actually opened up actually the floodgates of learning opportunities for me. We had great amount of resources, and the only one objective which I had is, it doesn't really matter as to how much do I really already know. What matters is, what more can I actually absorb from the program, and what kind of connections I build, what kind of social network, the friends for life. Actually, I've had some great friends for life for this program, because of this particular program, and that is what has made a significant difference in the way I look at things.
Beautiful. And I think the cohort, the peer group itself is very rich.
Yes.
Because it's very experienced folks, and that's the beauty of it, right? I think some facts are there. I think hands down, XLRI is the institution that has given CHROs to the Asian countries, right? Especially India is flooded with them. The second is, it's got the strongest alumni network. I don't see any other network that is as strong as XLRI's network. Alumni is huge space. And the way they connect and glue is like very strong. The way they connect with each other.
Not just that, Mayank, I'm sorry to butt in here, but you won't believe it. We have even a health insurance for the alumni network.
For the alumni network,
yes. Absolutely. And
No,
that's
it's one of the best
lovely.
ones.
Absolutely. It's a top up on your current, whatever you have. Over and above that, you have for 25 lakhs. And that you can cover anybody and everybody within your family, right? Apart from, of course,
Absolutely.
whatever. That is
Yeah, yeah.
something which no other alumni has. At least I'm not aware. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's something that's
No,
amazing.
I don't want to take the name, but there is a very senior leader from a very big organization. He retired as a CHRO and he comes from TIS. And he said, hey, it's TIS, but it's not XLRI. So that was a so that was a big one. I said, okay, I know what you're saying. But XLRI has a very strong base there.
Yeah.
And I think when COVID had hit, and that's when we went to the whiteboard with a couple of the senior folks in our ecosystem, and we said that let's go to XLRI and build a program that takes care of these 4 or 5 ingredients in a good way. One is that it gives away pedigree to some of the deserving students or leaders. Second, it gives access to network, and as Ashutosh was also saying, that even the peer group is such rich network, and then there is a network of these 40,000 plus alumni, and then there's a network of CXOs that you kind of meet up with. So we said that if we curate a space where people get active access rather than a passive one, it will make a difference for them in their career. The third was definitely the mentor, and as Aparna was also saying, that we don't actively look out for mentors at initial part of our life. Even 14 years into the system, we don't really look at mentors because we're running around, right? We're running for our promotions, for our work, and we are stretched and all of that. So it doesn't cross our mind naturally. But getting a CHRO or a CXO as a mentor at this stage really helps to navigate the questions and the decision tree very, very well. And that's why we said we should have that element in the program. The fourth one, which was equally important, was career services to help people build that personal brand. And this is amazing. I don't know if everybody agrees on this or not. There are a lot of people who have joined us today. And even the HR guys, and it's their living is coming from that space, which is the resume, the narrative of the person, and the social handles. They don't sink in. You know, so what you read on a resume doesn't talk to what you read on the LinkedIn profile, for instance, and it definitely does not sync with what he's saying in an interview. So somehow we saw that that's a space that one should definitely work on if somebody is wanting to take that leap in one's career, because as you grow to the next level, everything changes from questions in the interview session to what you do when you get the role and what you definitely do when you are wanting to go further. For example, I'm sure Ashutosh will be looking at the region now and then the global roles and so on and so forth. So everything changes, right? So yeah, that's how we kind of went back to the whiteboard, and it was really nice of XLRI to open-mindedly say that, hey, we think that this program is required. And I think this was the first program at that time where the CXOs came together with the academia, with Wayne Brockbank, the hero of HR or the guru of HR, so to say, also said that I will input into the design and I'll also teach in the program. So I think this was the first program in 2021-22 when it kind of got configured like that at that point in time. Then later on we got more and more programs coming through. Cornell came in, and then Wharton came in, and then many others. Few IIMs also came up with CHRO programs. It all happened after that, but I think it was really nice of XLRI to open doors with that piece and put a AICT stamp on it so that people can even do postgrad after that, PhD, they can actually take up and do a PhD after that. So I think that's the genesis of the program, and as Aparna and Ashutosh, you both spoke of it, that how these ingredients are important, and I thought it's very important from the leaders themselves that why these are important pieces. I'll open the floor for any questions that people may have. There are a lot of folks who have joined us.
Mayank,
Anyone has any question?
Mayank,
Please.
before we open up, one point which I strongly feel adds value is basically the program design. At senior levels, what matters is not your intellectual acumen, but your collaborative abilities. In the
Beautiful.
C-suite, basically all are equal. All of us across all functions have risen up to a certain level by virtue of our expertise, by virtue of the way we have actually, performed in the organization. But out there in the room, what matters is how well you are able to connect with your peers and create business strategies which will enable the organization to take and to move into the next orbit. And the design of this particular program essentially helps you to collaborate with folks from different backgrounds, understand their perspectives, and then build on to build on a better solution. So that's a big one which unknowingly gets built in this journey, and that is a big differentiator.
I think I would want to thank Professor Prem Rajan for that. He's very strict to put that kind of a configuration into play, so, and thanks to his vision and the way he kind of anchors the whole thing and his gravitas to pull in the right kind of people also to make it happen. I think I'll give it away to him. But thanks for sharing that, Ashutosh. But thank you so much, Aparna and Ashutosh, for taking out the time and sharing such pearls of wisdom and what it takes for people to accelerate their careers, because each one of us, sometimes we know but we forget. Sometimes we need to hear to recollect, and sometimes it's new as an insight that moves us in our mind to make the right decisions. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us.
Pleasure is all mine, Mayank. How can I ever say no to Leadup and Mayank?
Arey, madam. Thank you so much. Ashutosh, thank you so much for taking out the time.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a great opportunity.
I got to meet with Ashutosh today.
Yes.
So, see?
Likewise, Aparna.
Same here.
It was great listening to you. And,
Same here, Ashutosh.
let's be in touch.
I've already sent you a LinkedIn invite.
Saw that. I'll accept it right away.
Yes. Okay. So
That's the
for
power
every
of network.
that's a power, and she is the mother of network. So if you know Aparna, you know half of Bangalore, right? So you tell Aparna, Krisha, oh yeah, ho jayega. NS Rajan, yeah, ho jayega. Raj, yeah, oh don't worry, Raj is here only. He'll get it done. So knowing Aparna, you know all of them. So that's
No, not at all. Please, Mayank, zyada hi ho.
All right, but yeah, for everyone else, before we kind of say thank you to you all, I think there is a very quick announcement to make that this batch 5 is on for you all to look up to, and I can request someone in the team to just put the link of the program in the chat. I don't want to bore you guys with any PPTs, because we've had a very nice conversation. So I don't want to bore you folks with any PPTs. However, the team had put a PPT for today, but I think it's important to understand this program is not a usual program, right? If you're looking at building your capability, building your network, building your personal brand, building a strong sense of HR capability in a direction that you want to take, with a mentor on your side who's kind of been there, done that, I think it's worth at least going to Professor Prem Rajan and having a conversation in the interview panel, and then you figure out what you want to do after that, because it's one of the programs, and I don't know till how long this program will function or go on, because good things come and go, right? The usual things stay. That's how it is. You will always find usuals around the door, but the good things one should catch very quickly. So there's this link which has been shared in the chat. Go and figure it out. It's self-explanatory on the program page. It's not a complex thing. It just talks about the ingredients of the program, the building blocks of the program. It's from inside out approach. It helps you build your personal brand, your inner capability, how to make a HR function more visible and prominent in in an organization, how you become a talent magnet as a HR leader, how you navigate the board, how you navigate your peer group, how you kind of position yourself in a C-suite conversation, and most importantly, how you help yourself build a solid HR brand. So that's the note with which I would want to end the evening. But if you have any burning question, most welcome. We can take up a question or two. Just mindful of the time. Any questions so far, friends?
I would like to go, Mayank. So, Shridivya here. So,
Yeah,
first of
yeah.
all, thank you to Leadup for organizing this session, and thank you to Aparna and Ashutosh for sharing those insights. It was really helpful. My question to both of you would be in terms of if you could summarize for us in terms of maybe a 3 bullet points in terms of like a how it has been like before and after taking this course. So how it has actually helped you like transform. So maybe into 3 bullet points, 2 or 3, like if at all you would want.
Too old. It's been a long time.
Ashutosh, maybe. I mean, so if at all you would want to.
But to
Okay.
sum it up, I would say it's a fantastic course to do, right? You get to have. So I think the difference is you have industry folks coming and talking as well. Correct, Mayank? You have them coming in as well,
Yes.
and which we didn't have. I didn't have at least. And then the alumni network, it just becomes so easy to get into it today than what it was then. And the learning never stops.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah. Ashutosh, you want to add to that from a program perspective?
Yeah, from program perspective, if I have to really call out, very, very distinctively, one, we had this becoming strategic business partner is one of the programs, one of the starting courses which we had. And we had a faculty from Michigan's Ross School. And even today, I remember every word of the professor, who taught us to build a business strategy, understand business strategy, and the practical inputs it actually gave us. It was an amazing one. So that's the first one. Second one, everyone knows Chris Shankar, right? And Chris actually helped us understand how to really do strategic HR planning. And that was a big one. Big one. Yeah. The financials, accounting, operations management are really amazing courses. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. Okay, honestly. These two made a huge difference to me personally. The organizational change management, the org design piece, and the fourth one, the digital transformation piece. These courses were, I think, one of the best which I could have ever had in my entire career. I hope I've answered your question.
I think it also included, the question is layered, it also included a piece of, does it help in career acceleration?
See, okay. The moment you enhance your capabilities, the way you start responding to the business challenges essentially becomes very, very visible in the organization. Okay. The vocab changes, your perspectives change, and let me share with you one thing. No matter what you do, everybody keeps watching us and everybody keeps watching talent. And if you've seen talking the right language, making the right difference to the organization, you definitely grow. Okay, that's one part of the story. Secondly, and that's something now, this is very important for you to note. All things being equal, let's say you have two candidates, okay, one with same experience, similar kind of thing, everything more or less same. The brand, the moment I see XLRI, all things being equal, my preference will go to an XLRI candidate and not the other one. Let me be brutally honest out here. I hope I have now answered your question in every way.
Beautifully put, Ashutosh. And if I was to just add to that, it was an amazing conversation a few days back because there is this startup community that we keep meeting up in, and we were sitting with some VCs back then, and it was very interesting. The CHRO of a very leading organization says that we want people with pedigreed name because when we go for IPO, or when we go for new regional, which is, when I say regions, it's like Southeast Asia or any other country or any other market. When you look for pulling in monies, the pedigree on the screen shows a lot of credibility for them to put money in. So that's also a reality, friends. I don't know how many of you knew that, but when the organizations are looking at, and that's why you will see typically in the top layer of the organization, you will have more and more pedigreed people with a certain brand, because when it's about pitching the brand for certain purposes in the market, it requires that power, the the weight that it carries. It's with the people and the talent that's on board. So yeah, that is an important one. Great question. Thanks, Sri Divya, for asking that question. It helped. Any other question? Otherwise, we are pretty much done. I think the team has shared in the chat the link to the course. You can explore it. Register fast because the next interview is happening soon. That would happen, I think, on the 14th of February. So if anyone who's interested will need to register now. The seats, obviously, as Ashutosh said, it's a great program and a great brand, and it has its own. They take pride in saying no's and rejections. Okay, so XLRI being XLRI, they are very happy rejecting people. So that's another one. But you should go for the interview for sure. Test the waters, figure out that how the interview goes for you. Register yourself, and then figure it out after that. What is it that takes for you to do it, or you want to drop it, whatever. Fantastic. Sati, back to you.
I think the three of you were the rock stars, and everything has been covered in the session, and it has been done beautifully. I would say so many learnings for everyone from the session. But yeah, thank you so much to Ashutosh and Aparna and Mayank for sharing such insightful thoughts and giving your time to the cohort, I would say. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to the audience who's listened to our speakers so patiently. So yeah, calling it a day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, and
Thank
Aparna,
you.
Ashutosh, thanks once again.
Thank
you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.